the physical body cannot enter your mind. Similarly, the mind cannot enter the causal body, the body of space or nothingness. And so too, the body of space cannot enter the body of pure consciousness or pure awareness. And so too, the realm of pure awareness cannot enter the absolute. So it's like there is this sort of black hole, if you will. There's this entrance point. There's this open back door inside of each body that, just like an elevator going up the levels, you're able to navigate your consciousness back through those open doors, those doors that are cracked open. One who's more aware of it, the door opens more. One who's more intuitive about it, the door opens more. One who's more interested in it, the doors open more. For someone who's not at all occupied with it, the doors are pretty closed, but they're never fully locked. So if you're curious enough, you can open that door and peek into the next realm, just like you do when you take your attention off of the physical realm and you become aware of your dreams and your thoughts and your emotions. Those are all the solid body components. So all the forms that are not physical, all the forms that you know, all the form-based appearances that have a shape and a size and a dimension and a cause and an effect and a thought about them and a feeling quality, those all belong to the subtle body. Now again, when you step beyond that realm of form, you enter into sort of a formless space. It's the body of space. But because we have no knowledge of that body, we have no direct experience of that body, we're not familiar with that body, you could also call it the body of ignorance, and it has been called that. The causal body, also called the bliss body. But a lot of aspirants, a lot of practitioners stop at this stage because they don't comprehend it. It either seems inaccessible, like once you're there, you're like, well, why would I want this? This is not interesting enough. Let me go back to all my thoughts and emotions, and because at least there's drama there. You know, why would you go to a theater, to a drama show, just to watch all the actors and all the props be behind the curtains? You know, like you want to have some action, no? You want to continue to perpetuate all your thoughts and emotions and belief systems and develop all that stuff because you're identified with it. So a lot of people turn back here because it's not that interesting to spend time in nothingness. But when you mature, you surrender more and more to that because you start to appreciate the bliss of ignorance. You start to appreciate the peacefulness of the body of space, the causal body. So then you become much more interested in actually resting in that natural condition of sort of space-like not knowing. I don't know anything. Unknowing everything. And that feels so peaceful. It feels so rejuvenating, like sleep. But you're doing it while you're awake, which is precious, which is awesome. So you can make conscious use of it. No. And then there's those that are interested in self-realization. And so they do have the motivation. They don't just want to go back to the drama out of attachment and addiction. They are actually mature. They're ready to go deeper, but they also get confused at the causal body. They will, because it's never explained to them. So they'll start meditating. They'll hear the instruction about the pause. The pause in between two thoughts is where you want to be, as an example. Or you want to quiet your mind. You want to be in stillness. You want to be in nothingness. You want to become innocent again and not know anything. And a lot of these descriptions, also the descriptions of God is formless. God is beyond form and space and time. When an entity, when a consciousness taps into the causal body, they will often believe that it's an experience of God directly. Ultimately, everything is an experience of God, but it is cloaked, it is veiled. So we can't really say that the experience of the nothingness or the ignorance or the unknowingness or the peace of the causal body, the body of space, we can't really say that that's the God state. And therefore the bliss we experience there is not really the bliss that ultimately will set us free from these delusions. So the aspirant wants to go deeper, but doesn't quite know what to do with this space. In fact, oftentimes it calls it the absolute or God. It will believe that it has arrived at God. It believes that when it stops the mind, think nothingness, a spacious, dark, non-conceptual state of consciousness. They will believe that that is God or that that is enlightenment, when it's not. It's just the next layer of the onion. Once you know about this, now it becomes exciting because you can use it as a stepping stone. And it's exciting for two main reasons, in my opinion, anyway. One is because knowing about this body gives you the understanding that it's not your aim, it's not your goal. Your goal is not nothingness. Your goal is enlightenment. It is luminosity. It is brilliance. It is brightness. It is freedom. It is bliss. It is love. It is light. It's not just a peaceful, non-conceptual state of nothingness, which is very functional and great. It resets the body and the mind, the physical, the gross, and the subtle. And it's very useful, even just as a daily functioning. Without it, you wouldn't have a mind and a body. It wouldn't be supported. So you need the space within which the mind can form itself, within which or through which the body can then become projected and created and experienced. But once you're able to recognize the body of nothingness, you're able to recognize it as the stage or veil or body of nothingness, rather than just not know what you're experiencing, but know its location sort of vibrationally being in between the subtle body or the mind and the God state. Now you have something to hold on to, but also because it's not quite as subtle as God, it is easier to hold on to with your attention. It's easier to maintain. And this is a great benefit. Therefore, it can help you stabilize your self-realization and actually save you a lot of time having to go back and forth for a short glimpse of the God state and then back into your turbulent subtle body and physical body life. And now you've trained yourself to be able to recognize the subtler even than thoughts and emotions and dreams and beliefs. And now that you're able to anchor in that subtler body, which is the causal body, now you're in this awesome stability from which you can wake up to the God state, from which something can begin to whisper through the back door, hey, I'm not this space of nothingness. I am witnessing the space of nothingness.